Alright, so Christmas Day, hanging out in the garage a little bit. Did presents this morning. Went in and had dinner. Belly's full, ready to go sleep. But I'm not going to. So, actually, finished scuffing this out. Dressed the welds up a little bit more. Here, all these, that, this, all that's dressed up. All this is scuffed. Scuffed the back of that piece, all back in there. Dressed all the welds up all the way back. So I picked up a new tool from Harbor Freight, and man, I'm telling you, I should have had one of these all along, because they got the ones that are ran by air, but my compressor is probably, oh man, I want to say 15, 20 years old, and it has a hard time keeping up with the DA. So I got this in electric, and I'm telling you, I've only had it a day, but I love this thing for getting in the corners and stuff like that. Getting welds that you can't reach, kind of about the best thing you can have. I mean, you can have these grinders here and those little things there, and little sanders with the small little sanding pads on them, but they don't get to the areas that these things can. And talk about knocking down a weld. That sucker knocked down the weld quick. So after getting that and going back over some of these, dude, I was super happy with it. And if it lasts a long time, a couple years or whatever, it'll pay for itself. A little over $60 from Harbor Freight. I have to order some more belts to go on it. I did take this outside and worked on the few little dings that were in it from moving it around. Got most of them, well, not all of them, knocked back out. There was one here going that way, two here, one here. There was a small little dent there and a small little dent there, but I got them all knocked out. Scuffed the whole back end of this up. Actually used 320 sandpaper, and after getting it all scuffed up, I went ahead and put the weld through primer on the edges. Got them taped off. I still got one little area right there to tape off, but I missed it when I was primering it, so just hit it a few minutes ago, letting it dry a little bit. I have to blow it back off because I got some little small stuff in here that won't look good. But anyway, so got the garage warmed up, 71 degrees in here. Been stirring the old epoxy primer here. It's like the third time stirring it up. I'm just gonna mix me a couple little batches. I picked that up over at Harbor Freight on sale for Christmas, $9. Might as well. I mean, it's probably good for shooting primer and stuff like that. That all taped off where I'm going to be welding. Taped all this off. Went ahead and hit the welds up in here so that once I get the epoxy on there, it won't be burning through the epoxy. Taped off. I'm not hitting this piece yet. I will scuff up the back of it there where it's going to be welded and shoot some epoxy primer on it. Excuse me, weld through primer. Anyways, that's kind of where I'm at. Getting this thing ready to go on there. So once I get that done and this quarter panel attached, it's the old rocker panel time. I'll get that rocker panel changed out and drill all the spot welds out of the new one and detach the inner part of it. Put it over here and get it marked. I'll be back. Got it all blowed off, just making sure my phone didn't shut down. And just like that. Yeah, I got a mask on. Just like that. Back side is epoxy primered. This is an epoxy. Now, my plan is to shoot some white paint down here on the back side of this, back side of that area, shoot some on the back of that. And then on here, once this dries out, I'm going to tape off the light, tape off that bottom section and that top section, and this center section here all the way over to about here. I'm going to put some rubberized undercoating on that area. Then once I get the rubberized coating on in here, I'll go ahead and shoot some white paint on it. So white paint, rubberized coating, white paint here on the outside. And then I should be able to go ahead and start getting the quarter panel ready to throw on. So I got the weld through primer there around the edges here. Same way over here. All the way around where I'm going to be welding. I'll let it go ahead and dry for a little bit before I pull more off. 68 degrees in here. But that's where I'm at. So I'm gonna get out of here. Night night.